I definitely did quit YouTube. Yeah, I did. Some of the black girls on here are just not friendly, girl. This is so ghetto. White people don't argue about stuff like this in their community. I really loved her until I got on the show and she just gave weird. I love the fact that ALEXIS SKYY has joined the journey of getting closer to God. The Soft Life in Christ girls, I love the work that they're doing. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Amor Antasia, and today, this has been my first video for the entire year. I am totally ashamed about that, but I did quit YouTube and I'm back to tell you guys why, along with a huge life update, some health updates, and my new channels, and also some new business ventures. And we're going to talk about some popular topics such as the 50-50 dating, the Kevin Samuels fans, the modern women, the masculinity versus femininity. I also went on an international dating show, the Kendra G show, and I'm going to talk about my terrible experience. And also the soft life and reinventing myself and pretty much what I've been up to since I've been gone. So if you're interested in this chit chat, get ready with me while I'm doing my hair. Go ahead and stay tuned. Hey Saints! Welcome back, girls! I am excited because I have so much to talk to you guys about. This video is going to be long. I'm just going to let you know, but tea will be spilled. I'm trying to tell you, a good word will be received by the end of this video. I'm telling you, you're going to get your life. But before I get into all of that, today's video is definitely brought to you by Julie Hair. Plenty of goods in here. And this is the Body Wave wig. This is very similar to mine that I make, but this one comes with an elastic band already in it. That's very convenient. And Julia has affordable hair. I've promoted them like back in 2015 or 16, and they had good quality hair. I want to talk about hair growth right now because wigs, my hair's gotten long. I've had to trim some of the ends, but wigs is how I've been able to grow my hair out. So this is the HD lace. It's already customized, fully customized. All you do is cut the lace off. These can also be taken off too. So what's in the bag is one of my favorites. This is a wig melt band. So I'm gonna cut this off. And this is a 5x5 lace, so it gives you a little bit more to work with. I have a low hairline, so my edges come down to here almost. I did just a little bit of customization. So you have the lace that's here, and then you have my complexion. So it's like a perfect color here. Even when wet, the lace is still the same. Still the same. So look at this. This is glueless, like how it could just come up. Like I did good. I feel like I did good. It's giving scalp. Look at that. Y'all, it's giving scalp almost. It looks good. So I definitely quit YouTube. I did. I felt like there was just a lot going on in my personal life. I needed to focus more so on my health, getting that together. And it is now. And living life, like dating and everything. I almost got married twice in the last 2 years. It just doesn't take me long to get to know somebody. Especially if, like I said, if I've known them for over 10, 15 years and we had a close relationship. It shouldn't take all that long for a man to want to marry you. I'm just saying. Most men know within the first 3 months. They do. Especially a mature man. And you have to think about the age. Like a guy in his 20s may not know what he wants. But a man in his 30s, honey, he knows. If he's just there for some cutesy, then you're going to know. But if he's there for something real, you're going to know that too. I saw a lot of other YouTubers, like hella black YouTubers quit. And then there was a new wave of fresh content creators, and I love to see them. I would comment on their stuff. Some of black girls on here are just not friendly, girl. They aren't. I've sent emails to some of them. I've tried to reach out to some of them, and they pay me dust. Especially some of the fashion girls and the Christian fashion girls at that. I said, ooh, okay. It's a very much dog eats dog world here. But when the numbers come, all of a sudden everyone is up your tail. Trying to move to where you are and key and get in your circle, honey. It's weird. But I didn't let that get me down. I just already had things that were going on behind the scenes. And I just felt like I don't know, maybe the women in my age group, the 30s, were kind of phased out. I thought that we would seem old to everyone. People were still watching my old videos, and they still are to this day. But I didn't know what you guys wanted. When I would do the hair videos, the numbers would always be in the 100,000s. But then sometimes when I do the natural hair videos, they wouldn't. But it used to be the natural hair videos that literally have 1 million. So I just didn't know what you guys wanted. Some of you all loved my fragrance videos, and I do have some. Listen, I have them coming, new fragrances, the KLEs. That was a successful video. It's just that, I don't know, everything looks inconsistent, especially my fashion videos, even though I got paid for those. So I just decided this is what I did. I started new channels. I have a fashion and lifestyle channel that is focused on fashion and lifestyle, and I literally just changed the name yesterday or day before. It's Amore Fashion and Lifestyle. It used to be Amore Antasia, but I felt like that was I'm trying to hide from some people that know me, that aren't into luxury stuff, that like to pocket watch, guys that know me that may be interested in whatever. I'm trying to like put that on a different page, because it's like when I do, especially like some of the Christians, like when I post over here, like the luxury haul that I did, some people were pressed about that. And I'm like, girl, just because you're poor doesn't mean that I am. And some of those bags I get for free. That bag, that Louis Vuitton, I think it was a watch or a bag and a watch, one of them. I got that stuff for free, honey. I work with luxury brands and consignment shops. I literally just messed up a deal for an Hermes Birkin bag, you guys. It was like $20,000, but I refused to give them my license over email. I just said, nope, I don't trust you guys. You're a new brand from Canada. They just opened a store in California, but they only had like 3 employees. I just don't trust personal information like that on the internet. I just don't. Like, from an internet brand, I just, If it were Fashion File or something like that, maybe, but they're not that big. They're not even as big as the Real or Fashion File, whom I've worked with before. So the point is, the pocket watching and stuff, it's just weird to me. And I know that this was a beauty friendly slash budget friendly channel, but it still is. So I think that was the issue of the clash when I started to do some more luxury things and introduce more luxury perfumes and like beauty products. Some people rejected that and they didn't want to watch it. So I just said, I'll put all of that over there. And then those brand deals and sponsorships can go for that channel. And then over here, I can keep everything beauty, like makeup, how to do makeup, all that. And then hairstyles, natural hairstyles, extensions, all of that over here. I have been on a skincare journey, and I finally got my face to match my hands and my chest. And I'm trying to even out my elbows and my knees too. And so my organic skincare line is coming. Yes, your girl is doing a skincare line. Beauty. I'm not into makeup like that anymore, so I don't really care to have a makeup line. One of my friends, Kalisa, she has a wonderful natural makeup line. I believe I promoted her before. So, and I'll tag her info. It's Queen Essentials LLC on Instagram. But I'm more focused into beauty, like the skincare aspect of beauty. So I'll be doing a skincare and a hair care. Hair care, organic, you guys, without carcinogens and parabens and all of that stuff. Opalex is causing the girls' hair to fall out. Listen, we're going back to Africa. We're going back to that motherland, okay? With these ingredients. I understand Ayurvedic, but that all came from Africa. We're going back to the roots, honey. So on to the dating. As I told you guys, I have been dating, and for marriage, like that's different than just going on dates. So I said, let me go on the Kendra G show. I just really thought she was just like a cyber cousin. I really loved her until I got on the show, and she just kind of gave weird. That's what she gave. Initially, I felt like everything was all good. I thought that she was cutting me off, but then I thought I just put it on the fact that it might have been a glitch or whatever, a lag, because her janky Wi-Fi, that witch needs to go get some charter communications or somebody's mass communications, somebody's communications class or something, because it is always lagging. So I said, okay, maybe she's not cutting me off. Then she went off on the people. It kind of started to, it didn't go left, but she started to go left. I guess she did go left. She started to jump down my throat once I said that I wanted a God-fearing man. I said that because she asked, what are you looking for? I just simply said God-fearing man. I didn't say anything else about holiness, none of that as far as like him. I just said, regardless if I did, that wouldn't have made a difference. I just said I wanted a God-fearing man. She jumped in and said, okay, so that means you're a virgin. Like I guess she might have said, if was I a Christian or whatever. And then she said, so that means you're a virgin. I said, I didn't even have time to think about it, but I was like, no, I'm not a virgin. I've been married. So of course not. And she was gagged by that. She was like, oh, okay. Oh, so you've been married. Okay, well. And so then it kind of went into like deeper questions about that. And I'm like, well, what does that have to do with me wanting a God-fearing man? And she was like, well, I'm just trying to make sure that you're one. Like that you're a Christian. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what does me being Christian have to do with me being a virgin? Because I wasn't even saved then. When I lost, I was a proud sinner. I was a grown woman. Grown. I was in college. So make it make sense. I got married right after, like 22, at 22. So that's only 2 bodies at that point. So I'm trying to figure out, what does this have to do with Christianity? What are you trying to say? I have to be a virgin to be a Christian? Or are you trying to see, am I like hypocriting and all that? If so, just say that. I was honest. I was very honest with her. By the time we got off, I felt like things went well on my end. I thought it went well. And I was excited. I gave her a congratulations on her new app. And then I could feel that she was not feeling me after that. After I made the comment about a suggestion of actually requiring the transgender people to, you know, disclose their natural born gender, which is totally plausible. Like, that's feasible. Why would you have an dating app where people could just portray themselves as whatever? No, you should give a disclosure for them because they're the ones that's out here catfishing people. The issue was that the fallout came afterwards. She got really shady on Facebook, and my relatives, people were letting me know, like, even my friends, they were texting me like, girl, why is she acting like you were being messy? Why is she acting like this and the third? And I was like, I'm still defending her. I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe she was on her cycle. She had just gotten from out of town. She's on vacation. You know, I'm on my cycle. Everything goes, you know. I was trying to give her some kind of a break. And I saw the actual video. And I was like, no, she didn't put that in the end. What made me watch the video was the fact that, well, the same video back, the people in the comments were eating her up. And I was like, why are they even eating her up? And I looked and I said, oh, she put that this time. Which I said, no, she's not gonna put the transgender girl or boy's thing on there. The DM, well, not even the real DM, just the DM to her explaining what happened without posting the actual clip of them admitting to catfishing.
I get it. But you really have to start asking these. I think we're in a time where you really have to ask questions when you're meeting a person new.
Well, I'm not, let me tell you something, right? So I just came out. If I'm into Kendra, if I'm intimate with a woman, like after the first day, I let her know, I say, hey, I'm a trans male. Most of the time they don't care because I look good. And I got that money.
That was so weird to me that you would sit there and try to defend them and you quickly answer their DMs, but I DM'd as well that weekend, right after all of this had started to take place. So I was like, okay, I'll give her a week or two. Maybe she'll see all these comments on the YouTube page and the Facebook, and maybe she'll issue like some sort of statement or whatever, or like answer my DMs and allow me to defend myself. Because now you guys have made me to be a liar, and I did not lie. I didn't lie about the exchange, and I definitely did not lie about them being a catfish. I didn't even say that they catfished me. I said it was like almost, because there was an attempt there. There was going to be. It was going to be. That person wanted to talk to me. That wasn't, like, they searched high and low for me. I didn't even interact with them at all, ever, at any point of the other video that I saw them in. So for them to go search me and find me on another platform and inbox me, thanking me for nothing that I did, yeah, you trying to slide your way through. It's a dating show. It makes sense. People do it all the time. So many men were in my inboxes, over like 200. There's so many, honest to God. And listen, I say some of this to say, there's a lot of six-figure men out there. All of them claim to make at least, let's say, 90 to somewhere in the six figures. There's like a couple that said that they were truck drivers, so that could range from like 60 or 70 to 100, but who cares? That's the range that I said. I didn't even give a range. I didn't even give a salary. I just said monthly, like maybe 5 to 8. It depends on you, how many children that you have, because you don't make $8,000 a month if you have several children. You're going to be poor. Almost, you know, because children are expensive, especially if they're older, like teenagers and all of that. Most people in their 30s have whole teenagers. The ones I know. I don't know where y'all live, but the ones I know in the church and in the streets, they have kids because that's normal. That's what normal people do. No shade to the ones that don't, because I'm clearly a person that doesn't have children. But I'm just saying it's definitely normal for people in their 30s to have preteens at this age or teenagers, and they are very expensive these days. They eat up your house. I know, because I about raised one almost. My nephew, man, listen, I thought this was going to be a little cute day at like the movies and stuff. No, I spent about $600. And that's not even my child. I don't even have no husband, y'all. I don't have a baby daddy. I don't have none of that to come help me pay bills. So that was just money gone. Money that I worked with my hands to make. Not 9-to-5 money. That's my business money. But I didn't care about the money. I'm just saying that's how fast 600 can go. You can intend on spending like 100 or 200 on a kid or teenager. He's like 16. It's his birthday. No, his birthday's tomorrow. My bad. And yeah, I thought I missed it. But I'm just saying they're expensive. So same thing for a man that has a 12 or 16-year-old. That child is going to require some money. So you have to deduct that out of your salary and be realistic here. Because I'm not the type of woman that would take from your children. Because I'm looking at, how are you going to treat our kids? You know, if you divorce me or leave me, you going to abandon my kids to pay her bills? So anyway, I was very pleasant on the show. I had realistic expectations. And it just turned out to be, she just turned out to be a flat out hater. I'll give details in the other video because that wench ain't get no shine over here right now. But she just made herself look like a fool. And her followers to this day still drag her. So I want to thank everyone that supported me, because when I say even the Kevin Samuels stands, they defended me. Even the red pill types of guys. I'm putting a light powder through there to make it look more natural. By the way, for those who don't know, this is just a little trick to do. So all of you all, I thank y'all. The saints and the ain'ts, everybody was over there like, oh, y'all some haters and all that. And that's what really upset Kendra, because y'all were calling her hater and jealous and stuff. I didn't say that. But the more and more you guys said that and she clapped back at y'all, I was like, is that what she was doing? Because the other people, she didn't give them that same energy. So I don't know. But one thing I do know is that she came off as a straight up hater when we got into it like a week or two after that, which was like last week or week before, whatever. And that's why I'm doing the video, because when you're not going to play with my time and you're not going to play with my name, don't lie on me. And here's the thing. Only reason why I cared to defend myself was because this bald-headed, well, this witch, she's an actual witch, self-proclaimed witch. She was talking about how I'm such a horrible person and this, that, and the third, and I'm trashing black women and all that kind of mess. I'm sitting here like, girl, child, you over there struggling to read them little tarot cards. Girl, you can't read me. You don't know me. You definitely don't. I didn't come at her or disrespect her in any kind of way. I didn't even respond to that witch, by the way, because child, a tired witch can tell me nothing. And I mean nothing. Not anything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You reading them tired cards. You need to be reading phonics, honey. Hooked on phonics. Because you sound like a fool. And so, the thing is, I'm a brand influencer by trade. Like now, this is what I do for a living. It's a big part of my living. So, I've worked so hard to maintain this brand. I've worked with so many brands, and we're talking Fortune 500 brands. So imagine if one of those executives had seen her accuse me of lying on a trans person, which is what y'all call transphobic these days. Y'all know the LGBTQRS will come after me, or could easily send them that video and lie and say that I oppressed a woman, a trans woman. that would have been my contract, because it does say in the contract there's a clause for conduct. We're talking $6,000. That's my money, honey. That when Kendra's playing with my bag. So yeah, I'm gonna defend myself, because anytime, and just in case a person gets mad and tries to use that or hold that over my head, that's okay. My clapback video will be there of just me clearing the air and explaining my truth, and including the actual clips of that person being a catfish and admitting to catfishing women and not telling them their true gender until after intimacy or the first date, which is wrong. That mess should be illegal. I'm not in competition with a woman that's 40-some years old, and then she tried to clap back talking about some, well, like, I hope you have time to get a man or something like that. Girl, I hope you have time to get a man. You about 50. I hope you can still have children. Why are you trying to play me over here talking about some prayer? You don't play with me. I hate when people say, well, I'll be praying for you. You don't even like me. Don't do me. I don't want your prayers. That prayer ain't going higher than the ceiling, honey. You ain't got no power over there, honey. I don't like the fake stuff. I was just expecting for, well, I apologize. I didn't mean to do this or that, or make it seem like this, or malign your name. That would have been sufficient for me. But no, I got a bunch of cocky, well, I'm Kendra and you ain't got to be over here. Girl, you and your wig and your big forehead can sit down. Stop it. And I still, like I said, like I told her, you're very childish. I don't have to dislike somebody to disagree with them. I just don't like your behavior, and I still have nothing but love for you. I do. For her forehead, her missing edges, and her tattered wigs. I still love Kendra. Just like I love everybody else. I do. But I said what I said. Like I said, I'll key about that over at Amore Talk. So subscribe to that channel. So anyway, on to, since I was talking about the Kevin Samuelites, I want y'all to know not a single man came to me with that 50-50 dating mentality. All of them were providers. They said that that's what they do. That's what they were to their ex-wives or whatever. Also, this whole $200 date thing, one of the DMs responded as flat out, let's go to Ruth Chris. Now, this is crazy to me, because I had to like cut off a guy last year for getting upset. He tried to lie on me and call me a gold digger because I said that a nice restaurant, like just a restaurant, would be sufficient for a first date versus a $5 movie on the $5 night because you're being cheap or broke. That will make a woman feel more appreciated, like that you're taking her seriously, instead of just confining her to $5 movie nights. That's cheap. You can't get to know somebody in there. You can't talk, have a conversation. You can't converse in a movie theater. And I'm not falling for that. And so he was like, oh, just because I don't take you to Ruth Chris. I'm like, I don't even like Ruth Chris, honey. But it's funny how that person said all of that, did all of that, lied on my name, called me a gold digger, to turn around some months later, here comes this guy, let's go to Ruth Chris here in St. Louis. I'm like, oh, look at God. Because that hurt my feelings, because that guy was my friend. Like, I had been knowing him since high school, so that hurt my feelings. And it's crazy because he was cock blocking. He was pillow talking with some other man that told another man that still want me. Like, you cock blocking calling me a gold digger to these men, not knowing that these men like me. You're stupid. You sound like a fool, a broke fool. Honey, get some money. Get a job. Get a second one. Do like us women do. We have multiple jobs, multiple streams of income. That's how you have to make it in this country these days. So I just don't understand this whole debate and debacle and this struggle with just petty stuff like dates and who pays. This is so ghetto. White people don't argue about stuff like this in their communities. I know, because I was raised in a white community, middle class white community. None of my homeboys now to this day that are married, I still follow them on Facebook, even though I went to black schools as well. But they don't act like this. Their timeline is filled with memes and stuff like that too, but never memes toward their women. I don't care if they get cheated on or not. White women cheat, they clown, get drunk, and then screw on each other. They do all this stuff too, honey. But what they don't do is trash their women. They don't trash their women. This type of commentary is so low functioning. It's so broke. It's so poor. It's ghetto. Listen, I wouldn't even want anybody to know that I'm poor. If I couldn't afford to go on a date or take somebody out, if I were a man or whatever, I would never turn around and blame that other gender, a whole gender, for my deficiencies and my lack of work ethic. I would just go brainstorm, figure out how to get some money, and then do it. Do it. Or don't, and keep rubbing your meat like the incels that you guys are. It's weird. I just think that's so weird. And it makes our whole community look bad. It makes black people look so ignorant and poor. I just really hate that this generation is the first generation to start doing this. It's sad. This wasn't even a conversation well, it wasn't a conversation 10 years ago and prior to. It wasn't. And you don't even see Asian men doing this. You don't see Mexican men. You don't see them doing that. If they are, they're very low functioning people in their community. It's just, y'all need to do better. Y'all need to stop being so freaking poor. Get a job, write a book, do something, start a YouTube channel, like do something. And even if you want to stay poor, that's fine. But be poor in peace. Don't bother everybody else and push your standards, your poverty-stricken standards on those people. Let those people enjoy going out to eat every now and then when they want to. You mind your business. Don't worry about $200 dates. If you can't afford that, that's on you. That's not them. You guys are projecting, and it's just silly to see. I just wish I could block you all out. But part of embracing the soft life, I've always done that, by the way, because my father spoils me. He does. He treats me like a princess. And it just makes me remind myself, it just makes me realize that that little ghetto sector is only social media and like a lower end of the spectrum. That's not the upper echelon. That's not even middle class people's discussions. My family members, the people, my dad and his brothers make six figures. Like when they were working as blue collar, they were making six figures. I'm so serious. And they retired middle class. Blue collar. So like I said, y'all swear that people that make six figures are such an anomaly. They're not. Maybe you just need to get around some people that make some money. Okay? I knew a millionaire at one point. He was my boss. And I rode in my first Range Rover when he took me to Chicago. I rode with him and his niece to Chicago, and he dropped me off at the train station so I could go to Detroit for something else. But it was my first time in the Range. I was like 17, 18. I was 18, I think. 18. Like, people need to just speak on their own experiences. But don't act like the rest of the world is limited to your experience. I'm just saying, talk to people. When you guys work on jobs, I remember making friends with pharmacists. They make six figures. I was 19 doing that. I've always worked around people who made six figures. I've always lived around people who made six figures. My uncle-in-laws on my mom's side, some of them make six figures. They did. And some, well, I think one, they retired. They're all in their 60s now. But I don't know what their retirements were like. Some of them own properties. Actually, both of them own properties. So I don't know. But because I don't pocket watch people like that. But I know for a fact, because I did my dad's. I didn't do his taxes, but I had to get his tax returns. And I knew how much my dad was making in the 90s, the late 90s and the early 2000s. And when it was time to go to college in 2007, he definitely made 115 as a steel worker. Okay? It's a blessing, but it's not an anomaly. One of my homeboys works there, and my cousin, and another like, listen, there's money out there. Drive trucks. I was just talking to a truck driver. He was making 70. So I'm just saying, you guys, leave that poor mentality alone. And if that's what they're doing, this is what you do to elevate from that. Just remove yourself from the conversation. Remove your eyes, block those people, block those channels, all of that. I've done that, and that has really helped me with just life, self-esteem, and everything, because those people will try to bring you down to them. I'm going to stay over here in this echelon. I'm going to stay right where I am, and I'm going to thank God and praise God. And amen. I like being made in his image. Now, that's what I am trying to submit to, too, because y'all keep talking about this soft life and all that. In Christ, that's what we're supposed to be anyway. Feminine women. That's how we were made. That's how we were designed. And I like it. I mean, the only times that we really have to be masculine is when we have to pay for our own lifestyles. Because, you know, for whatever reasons, you can't always depend on men. Some of them won't do anything. It's unfortunate, but you can't blame yourself unless you are technically the reason. But I'm just saying, for the most of us who are decent people, we just have to find the correct people to love us and take care of us. Because that's the Bible's way. That's the Quran's way. If you Muslim, somewhere in chapter 4, it says the men maintain and take care of the women too. That's what it said now. So don't get to blaming Jesus for having to be a man and blaming all them for us women being feminine and receiving. But also, like I said, it's an inside thing. It's a spiritual thing as well. You can't be all hood and, you know, just I mean, like hood rat-ish, like the Christian girl whooping on men and all that kind of stuff. That is tacky. It's very masculine, and it really is. And I feel the same way about men that like to argue and tussle like that. That's very feminine. It's really catty when you have to bark at women and holler at them and all that kind of stuff. I just don't go for that anymore. And so I'm glad for this journey. I love the fact that ALEXIS SKYY has joined the journey of getting closer to God, and also Mayuko the doll, and I think Renisha, I don't know if their names specifically, really, but the Soft Life in Christ girls, I love the work that they're doing. They are doing a good work for God over there, and I hope that it is genuine. I'm not hating on them like some of the other girls like Ari and the other little influencers, but I love to see this movement. I love to see women fall in line with God's plan. I love to see women being natural women, feminine, and not just sitting down receiving money from men. No, not just receiving provisions from men, but actually being made of substance and then actually giving that substance to their partners or whomever, and then still being able to receive as well. So not just being overworked and providing and all of that. I like to see them receiving as well. I do. It's a whole, it works together. It does. So, I mean, it's crazy for people to say, oh, you women are so masculine. Well, we have to work. You have to have a little testosterone to get out here and maintain in the workspace. So it is what it is. How about you come over here and let me be feminine? Let me rest. Okay? Period. So it is what it is. But anyway, I'm done with this hair. I think it looks good. It's long. The curls are giving. Thank you for subscribing, and see you guys in my next video.